Okay, so the first section of the lab over here, and I do pardon me. I'm trying to keep myself in the frame as much as I can, but it may not necessarily happen here. But this is going to be the first part. We're going to talk a little bit about alignment and how to set this up. Now, when we take a look at our lab here in the documentation, it is going to talk about the distance between these two and these two and these two. Make sure that you get all that set up as it's shown in there, and then select all of these components here, get them lined up just like it is showing in the diagrams. And once you achieve this, then we can actually start with the lab for this. And it's kind of a two-part lab after you set it up. First one is that we're going to talk about right now is the alignment, shaft alignment. Remember, we have vertical angular, horizontal angular, and then we have parallel alignment and things like that. So the very first thing you want to do if you're setting something up is make sure that you're using some type of device. And in this case, we can use a square here as long as it has the level and bubble on it. And we can figure out and make sure that this is upright. And even if it's not perfect, it could be what it's mounted on, as long as the other one actually matches it when you check that out. So you want to make sure that it has that alignment. Now, the next alignment we're going to look at is we're going to look at the angular alignment. Now, if you see here, it may be a little difficult to see in the camera, but I have a gaping hole right here, all right? And so that means that there is some kind of an angular misalignment with this, and also possibly even a parallel. So the first thing that I should be doing is making this adjustment here, okay? And that's, of course, after I set this up and snug that down and make sure this is reasonably straight. And I can find out if it's straight by measuring to each end. And then I'm going to start making adjustments here until I have the angular alignment correct. Now, once I have the angular alignment correct, I'm going to go ahead and snug some things down. And then what I can do is I can move this gear in and out in order to achieve parallel alignment. All right, so those are the two things. Remember, it's going to be angular alignment first, and then you can go and do the parallel alignment. Now, once we get that done, the next video, we're going to talk a little bit about how to actually put this thing together, figure out what the shaft distance is supposed to be. Okay, once we figure out the shaft distance, then what we can do is also take a look at our charts and then find out what our backlash is supposed to be. And remember, we just talked about backlash, so I'll save that for the next video.